Okay, so OpenAI, if you look up here in the top left-hand corner, you want to go to openai.com, not chat.openai.com, just openai.com, and create account for ChatGPT. Okay. And then once you do that, everything is going to look like this, except this whole left-hand side is going to be empty. On the left-hand side, this is where all of my conversations, all of my past conversations, so they are stored for you. Okay. Now, I have upgraded to ChatGPT 4 because I use it so much, and it's literally only $20 a month. So if you're liking it, I would definitely suggest it, but I can use either or. So let's use 3.5. Okay,
and
so
what's the big difference between those two?
Okay, so the biggest two differences is the languages. So ChatGPT 4 does, I think it's like 28 languages. And then number 2 is the size of input that you can put into the chat box. So when you're going to get ready to start doing data analysis or predictive analytics, you need to use ChatGPT 4, because how I do data analysis and predictive analytics is I will go to Treb, or my board is Hamilton Burlington. So you guys would go to Treb. You go to that page. I'm sure you guys have that. We have it. It's the stat page. And I just copy and paste the whole page, all the numbers. And then I paste it in here with a prompt. And I ask it to do something specific, like analyze the data and give feedback specifically for a home buyer or home seller in this area. It's fucking wonderful, guys. It is just wonderful. I'll show you a little bit about that at the end. I'm gonna geek out here. This is my zone, everybody. So first, I want you guys to get set up with ChatGPT. The biggest thing you need to do is called priming. Now, priming is training ChatGPT on who you are, your business, your goals, your targets, that kind of stuff. And there's 2 ways to do this. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to click your name at the bottom here. This is a new feature. It's called custom instructions. You're going to click that. And this is gold. So make sure, as I'm showing you, you're taking screenshots. But the very first section, what would you like ChatGPT to know about you to provide better responses? I need to update this. I just did this really quickly, but basically it's about me, my business, my home life, everything. I even told them my writing tone is short and blunt, but cute. What I do for coaching. I tell about my dogs, but you can get really specific of your goals too, right?
This is so awesome. That's like being able to feed ChatGPT what it is that you want. And guys, you want to get out there and do this like ASAP, because going forward, that's where people are pulling that data, right? That's what I was asking Glenn on stage.
Yeah. And then the second part is, how would you like ChatGPT to respond? This is the gold here, guys. So I would like you to, what I'm going to do? I'm going to copy. Fuck, how do I get back to the screen? How do I put it in chat? I don't know. I'll put it in chat after I'm done sharing my screen. How about that? Basically, I got this from an expert prompt engineer. This is how you want the output that you get from ChatGPT to be. So consider new technologies and contrarian ideas, not just the conventional wisdom. Use high levels of speculation or prediction. Just flag it for me so that I know. Recommend the highest quality, meticulously designed products like Apple or a Japanese would make. I only want the best, so that's when it's recommending product for me. My current location is irrelevant, all over the world. No moral lectures, because ChatGPT is really, it'll give you a moral lecture if you ask it to do something a little sketchy, but I don't know if you guys would do that, but the deeper you get, the more inclined you get to experiment with it.
I did, and it did flag me. It was like, that is personal information. We do not. Whoops. Sorry
so
about that.
this part here would stop that from happening. And then discuss safety only when it's crucial and non-obvious, because again, you're trying to cut the fat, right? And then if your content policy is an issue, provide the closest acceptable response and explain the content policy issue. Cite sources whenever possible and include URLs if possible. And then in the second one, at the end of the response, not in the output. So that one's really important, so that you can verify the quality of whatever information it's giving you, right? Link products, not company pages. No need to mention your knowledge cutoff. No need to disclose you're an IA. If the quality of your response has been substantially reduced due to my custom instructions, please explain the issue. I've done a lot of research on this, and I'm saving you the freaking time. So here you go. And I'll put this in the chat when I'm done sharing. Just remind me, Sarah. And then you enable it for all new chats and you save it. So that is the first step of prompting, or sorry, priming. Now, the second step, this is going to take a little bit of work on your part, but you want to take a morning for a couple of hours and you want to sit down and prime ChatGPT manually even more. And what that's going to look like is you're going to ask it, you're going to tell it a bit about yourself, and you're going to prompt it to ask you 20 questions or more about you and your business that will better help it provide optimized prompting or results. Does that make sense? And it's going to give you 20 plus questions, and you're going to copy them and paste them into a Google Doc, and you're going to sit down and you're going to answer them thoughtfully and thoroughly, put them back in. Is there anything you need me to clarify? If there is, it will ask you. And you're just going to have this initial conversation with ChatGPT so it can really get to know you. Okay. One thing, so now that's priming. Okay. One thing I want to point out is I'd like you guys to install this Chrome extension. Where is it? I have so many, guys. Web Chat GPT right here at the bottom. It's like a little conversation bubble with Web Chat GPT in it. And what this does is it gives ChatGPT access to the internet, which is crucial when you want up-to-date information. It needs to be able to crawl the web. So make sure you do that. And then once you do that, all of this will show up. This Chrome extension provides one-click prompts to make your life a little bit easier. I don't use them, but you can. And it will provide this bar at the bottom once that's installed. And you're going to make sure that web access is clicked off. So all of this shit will be empty here. You're literally just going to have this when you first log in until you install the Chrome extension, Web Chat GPT. Then you'll get all this crap over here. Sorry.
So one question, Carrie. So I think there's probably people on the call that even haven't really even started using Chat GPT.
Mhm.
So why would they be using Chat GPT? Like even looking at you know, what Glenn touched on? What's the importance of now using AI and getting into the technology side?
Okay, streamlining your business. First of all, it makes your job a lot easier and cuts down your time. So how long, like in general, AI will cut down a large chunk of your time with different tools. ChatGPT specifically will write your listing descriptions, it will write blogs for you, it'll give you captions for all of your social media posts, scripts if you want to do video. Those are the things I use it for. I use it for a lot of other stuff too. Like if I need a confidentiality agreement or an NDA signed, I create it using ChatGPT. And like, obviously you want to check it with a lawyer, but like every time I've sent it to my lawyer's like, that's perfect. Because ChatGPT has actually passed the bar. I don't know if you
Which
guys
is
know
so
that.
crazy. Isn't that crazy? It's like a legal mind.
Right? Um,
And what if agents don't start to utilize Chat GPT and AI? What will happen to them, like from Glenn Sanford's perspective in the next 5 years? What did
okay,
he
so
say?
AI powered agents are going to take over. And this is one thing I'm going to bring up, something that not a lot of people are talking about, but our clients are going to demand that we know how to use this. They're already demanding that we are marketing their properties on social media, correct, Jennifer? And
100%.
I'm talking about 60-year-old couples. I go to listing appointments. So 6 years ago, I walked into a listing appointment and she had the largest team in our area coming in after me, and they weren't huge into social media at all 6 years ago. And it was an elderly couple and they knew nothing about social media, but I booked the listing because of my social media knowledge and my ability to market their property better. Now, this is the perfect example. Clients don't have to understand social media or AI to know that they want their realtor using it. They don't need to understand it. They don't need to get it, but they're hiring that's why they're going to hire somebody that does, right? So I've actually restructured my entire listing presentation to explain how me using AI is going to advance the client experience that they're going to have, as well as get them the most money in the least amount of time, because that's what they care about. So if you're competing against AI powered agents, what's going to happen, right? If you aren't using AI.
Yeah. Well, I think even Glenn said 5 years. If you don't use it as an agent, you'll be irrelevant and obsolete. And
Yeah.
that's Chat GPT's assessment of agents as well, if they don't get on the bandwagon and start to use this technology, which we are. It's so good. And we're so grateful for you today.
Well, here's the thing. Things with AI are moving so quickly, so very quickly, guys. Like, I'm looking at AI tools, probably about 10 of them every single week, and assessing whether they can be applied to real estate and whether they work, So that's how quickly AI is advancing. So if you get in now and learn what's available now, it's going to be a lot easier as the advancement happens, because you'll already have that understanding. Does that make sense? As opposed to coming in and just being like, oh crap, this is a lot. You know what I mean? Because I gotta tell you, it's in the last 4 months, it's completely changed. Like, if I was getting into it today, I would be more overwhelmed than I was 4 months ago. So that's why I think it's important to look into it now and really yeah, really start learning it now, because the basis of what's it called? Generative is it called generative AI is gonna remain the same. So once you have that base knowledge, you're just building on it after that. And it's never ending. Like right now, Jennifer, I'm actually putting together a step-by-step plan on how to implement AI into your entire business model. So I'd like to sit down with you and Sarah, or whoever you're working with, and go through all of that with you.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah,
Um,
well, yeah,
please.
yeah. So, and just so you know, so Carrie's been a realtor. You're 17 years in the business.
No, 14. Don't make me
14,
older
okay.
than I
But
am.
high producer, it does commercial, more commercial than anything else right now, right?
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
so she is a coach for, in particular, the AI and technology. So yeah, just you need to pay attention. This is like super, super important. And watch the recording again. We'll send it out to the group and just make sure you're watching this over and over and getting this first part for sure. Because
Yeah,
as Glenn says, 5 years, guys, if you don't know this stuff now, if you don't take the time to learn it now, you will be obsolete in 5 years in the industry. No joke. That's from Glenn Sanford, the visionary billionaire that created the company. So I would pay attention.
yeah, and I'm gonna walk you through the framework, because there is a science behind these prompts on how to get the best output. So I'm gonna walk you through the framework right now. Do we still have time?
Yep, we're good till 9:30.
Oh, okay, perfect. Okay, so let me just go into my Google Drive. I've got so much shit here, guys. So much. Just so much. Okay.
Can I
Here's
just ask a question? Sorry, while you're.
Of course.
Yeah, I'm just curious if you have a background in computer science, or how did you get started for someone who
Okay,
wants
so
to maybe learn more? Are there programs out there, trainings, courses?
well, I have a program. So I don't have a background in computer science. I've been in the top 10 realtors on social media in Hamilton and all of Ontario for the past 8 years. I pump out so much content, it would blow your mind. As soon as I saw AI, I decided I needed to figure this out from the ground up, because it is so, content creation and prospecting through social media is so time consuming. I also wanted to cut out lead generation companies. So I needed to learn how to use AI to generate better ads, better ad copy, better hooks than a lead generation company, and then better email and drip campaigns on the back end to convert. Make sense? Yeah.
I
Okay.
think the question from Tifa was because she has a bad reception.
Oh.
Is it possible to have kind of course the same like they provide with the new products on Treb or somewhere else?
No. So I haven't met a realtor yet that actually knows what the hell they're doing with AI. I've made this my business, and when I figured it out, I documented everything, and now I have a program that shares it with other realtors. There are programs for AI out there, but they are not real estate specific. There's a lot of AI tools available, but can you apply them to real estate? Which ones are the best ones for real estate? And then you need to spend a month with them, at least 2 weeks, just to find out if they work, right? So
And
there is training, but it's not real estate specific. So I would, unless you have 4 months of 6 hours a day, I would try and find something realtor specific. And I think mine is the only one that's available.
well, hello. I was gonna say, it's interesting too. Like, I think I would consider you to be the expert in this. And she actually designed a program that Remax is trying to buy right now. They're trying to make it exclusive to them, which of course we don't want that. So we got Glenn on board to chat with you, right?
Yeah, well, I'm actually meeting with Carolyn Merchant on Monday. Yeah, so I'm excited about that because obviously I love EXP. I'm an agent with EXP, so I'd like them to have exclusivity and you guys to have exclusivity, right? But here's what the framework looks like for a ChatGPT prompt. So whenever you're asking ChatGPT something, you guys should screenshot this. You want to literally use every part of this framework in your initial prompt. And then this is an example of the framework in action. So you need to give it an identity. ChatGPT has an ego, guys. So I call him ChatGPT social media and marketing god.
That's
It
hilarious.
very
Oh
well
my
too.
gosh. So we can create our own name. That's awesome. For
Yeah.
ChatGPT. It's amazing.
Yeah. So you want to give it an identity, then you give it a specific job, and then you give it details or examples of how you want that job done. Have you guys heard about asking ChatGPT to use a tone in prompts? Have you guys heard about that? Okay.
Yes.
I've hacked the best tone, and the tone is called Spartan.
Spartan.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is the best tone. It's a little like cheeky and witty, but professional and persuasive. It's got all the perfect elements. Okay.
Spartan.
Maybe if your personality is very laid back and sweet and innocent, maybe you want to not use that one, but that's the one that I like and the one I find the best for sales.
Amazing.
I want to share something with you guys, and you're not going to get this output unless you upgrade, but I just want to show you the capabilities because it would blow your mind. Let's go all the way to the top. Now, one thing I need to tell you about ChatGPT is this is not a one question, one output thing. Sometimes you're going to get amazing results the first time, but the best results are to continue having the conversation. This should be a conversation as opposed to a one question, one answer type deal. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to Rab, my board, and I copied all of the stats, like I told you guys about data analysis. And I said, analyze this data and give me insights that a home buyer or seller would be interested in. Use a Spartan tone.
Wow.
And then I copied it all in. This is why you need 4, because obviously the capabilities of all of the numbers and all of the characters is important. And then this is what it gave me. Sales are sluggish, only increasing by 0.9% year over year. It gave me a little summary, general overview, market segmentation, key takeaways for buyers and for sellers. So detached and semi-detached homes are in low supply. Be prepared for competition for buyers. For sellers, if you own a semi-detached, now will be a good time to sell due to low supply. Gives price range.
This is brilliant.
Geographic insights, and it gives a little predictive note right here. The rising inventory and slowing sales could indicate a market cooling off, but it's too early for a definitive conclusion. Recommendations for buyers and sellers. And then I went further and I said, now use the data to predict what will happen in the real estate market over the next 12 months. By the way, guys, do you see all of this stuff I'm scrolling through? This is web data that it's pulling in to answer my questions.
That's amazing.
So, yeah. And this is its answer. increased inventory but stable prices, sector specific changes, interest rate impact, geographic variations, affordability. Gives me all of that. And then I said, use the above data to generate a prospecting plan to generate listings, include a script as well as a high converting ad. Now, when I would go back into this, I would word that differently because I didn't get the type of ad that I wanted to. I could have been better, so I would have been more detailed going forward. But here's the plan overview. To capitalize on the increasing inventory levels and stable prices, focusing on detached and semi-detached homes, especially those in this price range, is your prospecting plan. Targeting homeowners like in these areas at this price range, the channels you're going to use, obviously social media being the top one. And then the key messages being the market's moving towards a balance, making a good time to sell. These sectors are particularly ripe for listings. And then the high converting ad I wasn't happy with. I've gotten a lot. I have specific prompts for ad copy and ad hooks that have been far superior. So I would redo that one. And then we have a cold calling script.
Good Lord.
And then I asked
This is
it to generate the most common objections that a prospective seller from the above prospecting plan would have and provide rebuttals and solutions for those objections that will convince them to sell now. And here we are. So this is, do you understand? I wanted to show you this to show you the capabilities, but also to show you that this isn't a one-off question and answer. You're going to get your best results by having a full conversation. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Can I ask a quick question? Sorry, Carrie.
Yeah.
You mentioned you offer a workshop. I'm like super interested since I'm the marketing arm of the JJ team.
Yeah.
And I'm still learning. I've been using ChatGPT every day, probably 50 times a day for months now. But this is like my brain is currently exploding. So I would love to take your course. Can you maybe, and I'm sure there's more people besides me who are interested. Can you just share what the cost is? How do we get involved and so on and so forth? Please and thank you.
Yeah, so the course isn't just AI, although it is heavily AI based. It's also so high level social media and video content creation based as well.
Totally cool. I'm game.
and obviously I did this because I use AI tools to make your content creation so much better. Sarah, were we having a conversation? Was that you or was that somebody else? And they were like, what tools are you using for video editing?
That was me. Yeah, I messaged you from Jennifer's account in regards to the captions. I figured it out right after. I basically answered my own question, but it was just great to talk to you about it. So
so I've implemented so I have the basis of AI and AI for your entire business, but I also have AI that is social media and content creation specific.
That's wild.
Okay. And then at the beginning, I do cover some KV. What CRM are you guys using?
We use Follow Up Boss, but everybody also has KV Core sites, and you're kind of using both of them, right? KV Core for generation, and then Follow Up Boss for the back end because we started that, before all the XP goodness.
So I do have KV Core in there. Basically, I cut through the fat for KV Core and cover how to generate leads, like how to use the squeeze pages, landing pages, all that, and drip campaigns, automations, that kind of stuff. But honestly, for the CRM content, it can be applied to any CRM. They all have these features. And I do cover automation for CRM. So Zapier is also covered. So yeah, because KV Core, obviously the automation is built in. You don't need to use Zapier, but you may for other other things. So I do cover Zapier and automation. So it's a pretty hefty course, but it's fantastic. And I think you guys would love it. So the price is $2,000. But for EXPCon, we did a promotion, $500 off. So I will honor that for anybody who wants to sign up. I just need to have a coupon code. Make sure the coupon code can just be reinstated. I'll talk to my marketing partner and we can do that. Let me stop sharing.
Is it going to be Zoom?
So it's all
course?
pre-recorded. There are, I believe there's 12 modules to go through, and there's literally homework for each one and a checklist. And I do recommend that you do the checklist because everything builds off each other. I am available on Wednesdays and Fridays at 10 a.m. live on Zoom to answer any questions, troubleshoot, even if you want to strategize with me. I'm a great marketer. So if you want to like talk to me about niching down your content creation, and I have like an unlimited amount of ideas for marketing. I'm going to put in the chat. First, I'm going to put in those custom instructions because honestly, guys, those are like gold. Let me just pull them up here.
And if you're still waiting on that promotional code, Carrie, you can always email it over to me like when everything is good to go. And then I can blast out that course sign up link to the team and all of the information if you need to talk to your back end first.
Yeah, we're just going to use the old one and then I'm just going to have her reinstate it quickly. Okay, so custom instructions. Copy. Okay. What do you mean shorter messages? Your message is too long.
You can email that to me as well, Carrie, and I can blast it out to all the team by
Yeah.
email.
I was just gonna say, I think so it's 9:30. I know a bunch of people have to jump off and have stuff to get done. But we appreciate you so much, Carrie. Yeah, we're gonna get more info from you about the course, and yeah,
Absolutely.
This is so good.
Amazing. I'm gonna send everything over to Sarah so she can send it to all of you. Okay.
Amazing.
Thank you so much, Carrie.
Questions? If you guys have any questions about any like specific AI tools, just follow me on social media and send me a DM like Sarah did. Like, hey, what are you using for this? And I'm an open book.
And the videos, amazing. Guys, are so good. I literally watched like 7 last night, and it's so good.
They're is so good.
Quick, and she gets pretty specific. So highly recommend following Carrie for sure.
Yeah.
Carrie, are you on Facebook? Like to find you on the Facebook, or Instagram is better?
You can find me any platform.
Insta is better though. I feel like Instagram though, your Instagram feed is really, really good. Like she'll put up tips all the time, Anna. So that's probably the one to follow.
Yeah. Instagram. Carrie Sauvé and Associates.
Yes, awesome. And Shavana, it is being recorded. So we'll send everyone who's been on the call, you'll get a copy of the recording after. Okay, so thank you. I gotta run.
Thank you so much, Carrie.
Thanks so much, Carrie.
All right, guys. Sarah, I'm gonna email you. Jennifer, we're gonna hook up something for me and you, okay?
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, love you.
Bye, guys.
See you later.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Okay, Angelique, I'm gonna end and let you restart.
Yeah, that's probably the best.
I'll be like 4 minutes or less.
Okay.